Hello, welcome back. My name is Jiroux. This is Project 4 for Intro to Computer Graphics at Oregon State University, and I will be demonstrating some lights today that I put into this scene. So this is building off of my last assignment in which I had turned a sphere into a little rainbow ball. That was fun. I since then have converted the sphere into a teapot, which I think is really pretty. Um, before I get the scene moving, I'm going to explain what's going to happen and what each of these lights are going to do. So right here in the center is just a simple point light. It's white, it doesn't do much, it is stationary, and it just sits right there and it casts a light on top of the torus and below the teapot. And that's all that light is going to do. The second light is this blue light, which is a spotlight directed towards, away from itself, I should say. Its positions are itself and then it looks away from itself. And so it will constantly cast this light on the blue teapot. So, the blue light will also circle around the teapot in sort of an orbital fashion. And this light, this pink light, is also a spotlight, but instead of orbiting around in a circular motion, it's going to sort of be a little bit more sporadic, more of a bow tie shape, and is also directed away from itself. And I like to cast both 2 and 3 at the same time. I just think it's pretty. I like the way that you can see the overlap of the color. Oh, and then in the GL flat shading versus GL smooth shading, you can really see this distinct difference in how the edges are captured, and more so when we get to this light, which we will get to now. This light, the fourth light, is a point light as well, and it also moves, but where these two spotlights will move around the teapot, this is going to be moving through the torus, sort of like a I don't know, weird basketball hoop, I guess, considering that it's going the wrong direction. Um, and one thing that I want to say, and I hope that this doesn't get me docked points, but I try to make this a dull object where this is a shiny object, but I do not see clearly the difference between them. And I think that it might just be because of how very vivid and bright this is textured and how I colored it so that way it kind of has these points of highlight within their own colors. So instead, I decided to let this torus trigger off of the S key whether or not it was shiny. So right now it is dull and right now it is shiny. And you can clearly see that now, like with these lines that reflect off of the light point. And so now, with all the lights off, I'm going to begin the scene. You can begin to see how they're moving. And then here's the first light. And I will go through the next lights. Let's start with 2. See how pretty that is. You can see it rotate. I will rotate with it. So there you can see it move. Now we're back to the beginning. Okay, now with 3, it's going to be a little harder to follow, so I'm not going to. But you can see how it's moving around, or maybe we'll move around so that way we're at the back side, so that way we can see the difference. Since they're sine and cosine curves, it's going to be relatively the same in terms of its trajectory. So yeah, and then I like to do them together. So that's them together. I think they look pretty crazy. I really like it. I like the way that it feels like loading bars on these rainbow parts. Okay, enough fun. So now let's move on to this one. So as you can see, it moves through the torus and out, and as it comes through, you can see the points of reflection right there. And just to see the dullness again, this is it as it's dull. And it goes back through, and now we're gonna be shiny again. Let's just toggle that back and forth too, why not? So yes, let's turn on all the lights now. That would conclude my lighting demo for Project 4. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.